So I would like y'all to check out the story of Stan Meyer. If you don't know who Stan Meyer is, and obviously this is years ago, you can tell by the way that this video looks. He invented the water-powered car. So let's see what happened with Stan Meyer.
It's a major breakthrough that will no doubt make motorists happy. And as Ralph Robinson explains, the Pentagon is also showing lots of interest in this project.
Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Meyer's invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
I don't care if you use rainwater, well water, city water, ocean water. If you don't have any fresh water, go ahead and use snow. If you don't have any snow available to you, then use salt water because there's no adverse effect to the fuel cell.
Meyer started working on this project 4 years.
So can you imagine if you didn't have to use oil to create gas? There's wars that are going on right now over oil. What if you just had to freaking, pay some money to get the hydrogen to convert it into whatever vapor it needs to be, and then you just put water in your car? Can you imagine? You probably can't even measure how much money would be lost if this was the case. And this man invented a water-powered vehicle.
Years ago, he's not a scientist, he isn't even a chemist. In fact, he never graduated from college. Myers was determined, he says, to design something to protect this country from oil embargoes.
And we have calculated that if we take the dune buggy from Los Angeles to New York, we would roughly use 22 gallons of water.
The Pentagon flew a lieutenant colonel in last week to look at Meyer's invention.
22 gallons of water. And when I first saw this, one of the first things they said, the Pentagon was involved. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh no.
There's talk of possibly using it in the Star Wars defense program and to run army tanks. Myers is currently perfecting a water fuel cell for cars. It will cost about $1,500. He says it won't need any maintenance and you won't have to replace it. It'll be at least 2 years before the fuel system goes into mass production. The date happens will be one the fuel industry hates, but it'll put a smile on the face of those who've had to say at one time or another, fill her up. I'm Ralph Robinson.
As you can see, many patents have already been received, and many more are forthcoming.
Car that runs on water instead of gasoline. Can it be true? Well, inventor Stanley Meyer made an announcement today in Colorado Springs. He says he's come up with a device that will hook up to any engine and allow it to run on good old H2O. News 13's Kurt Goff tonight on the possible impact of the water fuel cell.
Stanley Meyer says the answer to dependence on foreign oil.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this. What happened to Stan Meyer, you might ask? Well, let's read this article. Stanley Meyer was 57 years old when he died unexpectedly at a restaurant in Franklin County, Ohio. Meyer claimed to have invented a water-powered car, which was have revolutionized auto mechanics and done a great deal in preventing the carbon footprint humans leave behind. However, his theory has never proven nor patented, as he died before he had the chance. On March 21st, 1998, Meyer allegedly ordered cranberry juice as a dessert beverage while out to lunch. As he and those accompanying him wrapped up the meal, yet before they could finish, Meyer began to choke after the first sip. Running out of the restaurant, he collapsed in the parking lot out on the scene, and Meyer's autopsy was completed. Detectives came to the conclusion that Meyer suffered from a brain aneurysm, as he had experienced previous episodes of hypertension. The cranberry juice did not show to contain any sort of poisons during the toxicology analysis. The case was closed, and Stanley Meyer's death was simply brushed aside as that of a man in his late 50s who passed of natural causes. Wait a minute. Oh, you're good. Maybe more people will buy this explanation if it weren't for three things. his last words, his car, and his claims. First, it is quite mysterious that his last words were, "They poisoned me."